That's me. That was a wet one.
Dang, that is disgusting.
Sorry. Did I mention I was type O intolerant? It's a medical condition. Wait, that's beside the point. I am here to offer you eternal life.
I wish you'd offer me an air freshener, Slick.
Silence, my pet. Gaze into Count Flatula's eyes.
Your eyes? Hell, I can't stop looking at them pointy teeth. And what's up with that black cape? What are you, some kind of pimp?
Seriously, you must look into my eyes. I want you under my spell.
Huh? Don't you mean under your smell?
Madame, you don't understand. I am a vampire. The famous Count Flatula. Damn it. Forgive me. I had a little Italian yesterday. I think his name was Guido. Way too much garlic. I could probably use a breath mint.
Well, player, that ain't your breath I'm smelling. Okay.
I tire of your insolence. Perhaps you don't understand. I am a vampire. I live in a coffin.
I don't know about no coffin. What I do know is I'm gagging.
Oh, try to follow me, okay? I, Count Flatula, am immortal. The only way to kill me is to shove a stake into my heart.
No, somebody needs to shove a cork into your ass.
Alas, the hour grows late. Count Flatula must take his leave.
Where you going anyhow? Back to your crib?
No, I must pick up my violin from the shop. I got a gig tonight.
A gig? Where at?
Where else? At a bat mitzvah.
Now that really stinks.
That's Count Flatula.
If you don't want to hear him fart, just drive a stake into his heart. He'll tear the pants right off your ass. Then he'll say,
It's a gas!
Count Flatula.
Sorry.
Oh, that stinks. Count Flatula. When he cuts the cheese, it's always Munster. Count Flatula, starring Bela Lugosi. He only comes out at night. Tuesday night, that is, at 8, right after an all-new Law & Order SPD. Only on the Bob and Tom Television Network. Be there.
Damn it.
Count Flatula.
It's the Bob and Tom radio show on Toledo's greatest hits music station, z.73 wjdn, an independent radio station.
Hello and welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. I am your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's take a call. Hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Hey, Mr. Obvious, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Is that right? You've never called in?
No?
Oh, I'll be doggone. Well, I'm glad you got through. How can I help you today?
Well, Mr. Obvious, it's car trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I'm not real mechanical, and, whenever something goes wrong with my car, I usually leave it to a professional.
Always a good idea, caller. With computer systems on newer vehicles, there's not a lot that your average Joe can work on under the old hood. Air in the tires and fresh oil. That's just about the only things most drivers are capable of taking care of.
You said it, Mr. O. In fact, I'm due to get the air in my tires rotated real soon.
The air rotated?
Yeah, there's a guy here at the local service station who rotates the air in my tires every month for me. It's real fast and only charges me about $10. So, he can usually take care of it in the time it takes me just to go in the snack shop and get a candy bar.
Caller, about this rotating the air in your tires.
No, Mr. Obvious, that's not my problem. I just had the air rotated a few weeks back. I got bigger trouble, Mr. O. My car ain't running at all.
Well, that is trouble indeed. Have you checked your battery?
No, sir, Mr. Obvious. My car don't run on batteries. It's gas-powered.
Yeah, that's true, but you see...
Mr. O, I'm beginning to think that you know even less about cars than I do.
I can't quite imagine that, caller, but go ahead.
Okay, so, my car's got plenty of gas, and freshly rotated air in the tires, but it still won't start. So I did the smart thing, and I called in a professional to come fix it.
Come fix it? You didn't have it towed in?
No, I didn't have to. I found this great place that makes house calls. They sent a couple of mechanics right over, and Mr. Obvious, they've been here for like an hour now, and they haven't fixed my car at all. I'm beginning to think they don't know what they're doing.
Well, caller, let me say first off, it's very important to only use reputable service people. Many car manufacturers recommend that you only use authorized dealers who specialize in your make of vehicle.
I'm way ahead of you, Mr. Obvious. I found a place that works on my kind of car, and that's why I chose them, but I swear they're just about useless. When they got here, they didn't even ask about my car. Their first and only concern was if I had cash to pay up front.
Well, that sounds suspicious. Typically, a good mechanic will give you a written estimate before beginning any work, but he wanted the money up front?
Well, no, not he, Mr. Obvious. She. That's the other thing I'm worried about. These mechanics are girls.
Now, caller, Mr. Obvious is a firm believer in equal rights. I don't think the sex of a person reflects on his or her ability to work on automobiles. You should be more open-minded.
Well, I'm trying to be, but these women don't look like they've ever worked on a car a day in their lives, Mr. Obvious. They got painted up fingernails and fancy clothes, and they're all made up pretty like they're ready to go out on the town.
That doesn't sound like a professional mechanic at all. I would think coveralls would be the proper attire. Are you sure you called a reputable service station?
Oh yeah, I got them out of the yellow pages, and the ad said they guaranteed my happiness.
And they specialize in your make of vehicle?
Yep. In fact, that's why I picked them. They not only specialize in my make, they specifically work on my model car, Mr. Obvious.
Mr. Obvious has never heard of that. What kind of car do you drive?
It's a 1988 Ford Escort. Yeah, so that's why I called the Escort Service.
An escort service?
Yeah, they said they guaranteed I'd be happy. So far, I'm pretty ticked off. I mean, I sent these two girl mechanics, and they haven't even set foot in my garage.
Caller?
Yeah?
Where are these women right now?
Well, they're in my bedroom. Can you believe that? Yeah, instead of going and looking at my car in the garage, they wanted to go back to my bedroom and just talk about car stuff.
Talk about car stuff?
Yeah. They asked me if I wanted a rim job. How do I know if I need a rim job, Mr. Obvious? It sounds like they're trying to screw me, doesn't it?
Well, caller, it certainly does, and you might have a point. You see...
Well, wait, there's more. I haven't even told you the whole thing. Even though they've never seen my car, they insisted that I need new tires. Yeah, we won't service you without new rubber, he said. It was the first thing out of their mouth. I'm ready to call the whole thing off, but, well, their price didn't seem too bad.
Yeah.
They said they'd make sure I got satisfied for only $200. I know a lot of these repairs could really add up, so it didn't sound too bad, but what do you think? Do you think they're overcharging me?
Well, no, that's not really the problem, caller. See, I think...
You think that they're underqualified, don't you? I kind of got that feeling they were just talking the talk, you know? Don't even know how many cylinders I had, and yet they started talking about giving me a head job. I mean, a head job, that's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Well, yes, a head job on a car can be quite expensive. But, caller, that's really beside the point.
Yeah, you're right. I know. The point is that these lady mechanics didn't know what they were doing. They didn't even bring any stuff to work on them. They said they were going to grab my tool and go to work. Can you believe that?
Caller.
Now, frankly, Mr. Obvious, some of the stuff that they were saying, they were just lies. These girls were pretty petite, and yet they claimed they were going to jack me by hand. How are two skinny little ladies going to lift up a Ford Escort?
I don't think they intended to do that. What they were going to do...
Oh, wait. Did I tell you about how they bragged about their ability to work on brakes?
Brakes?
Yeah, they seem real proud of how well they do brake jobs on cars, I guess. They claim that I'd get the best BJ I ever had.
Okay, caller, listen. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to play some music so I can talk to you off the air and explain what's going on. Listeners at home, please stay tuned.
Intermission music.
We're back on the air? Caller, do you understand what's going on now?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do now?
Well, I'm going to see if they'll give me a ride to an ATM so I can get $200. Thanks, Mr. Rob. You're sure a lifesaver.
All right. Hello. That's the show. Thanks for listening. Join us next time on the Mr. Obvious Show.
Bravo. Right now we have Mike McRae. So what's on your mind? What are you into, Mike?
I don't know, man. I'm just watching a lot of the news lately, trying to make sense of the world. What was going on? A couple of weeks ago, they had the 30th anniversary of Roe versus Wade. They were celebrating.
That was big news.
Big news, yeah.
Big galas all over C-SPAN. They had big parties all over the place for that. Somewhere the Roe versus Wade kid was celebrating a very awkward 30th birthday in the midst of this.
No. Am I correct in saying that kid is alive, right?
Yeah, that's the point.
This is the famous anti-abortion and abortion case that made abortion legal in this country, but in the course of the decision.
Right, exactly. It took so long, they didn't legalize abortion in time for the lady to have her abortion.
So the kid was born.
Right, exactly. And all I'm saying is, wherever that kid is today, that is one dude who does not complain about how slow the legal system is in this country, you know? Hey, a 3-month recess saved my prenatal fund, thank you very much, you know? My mother didn't want me. Oh, you don't believe me? Here, look at this American history textbook. It's on page 479. Under the little blue box at the top.
You think your mom hates you? Well,
imagine growing up as that kid, you know? He's throwing a temper tantrum when he's 3 years old. I wish I was never born.
Well.
You and me both, cowboy. Just see her lecturing him during his teenage years, you know. Young man, now you listen to me. When I got pregnant with you, I fought the entire judicial system of this country, eventually won a Supreme Court case so I could prevent your very existence. And now you want to mess with me about curfew? Pure balls, kid. Keep pushing me. I'll go get murder 1 overturned, you know?
Watching you sleep, I'm wondering why you're not breathing. Perhaps I hugged just a little too hard. You're right, I smother you. Beautiful legs fit perfectly in the disposal. I buried your torso in the yard, but I keep your heart in my briefcase. So there's always a part of you with me. You wanted to break up, well now you broke up into tiny pieces. You wanted to split up and say la vie. But what do I do with your head? It just won't keep under the bed. I'll put it in a hat box and I'll mail it to your mother. She won't care if it's postage due. She'll just be happy to see we're through. The last words you said to me were, I can't breathe, not say la
We've seen what happens when you take an average Joe and suddenly cast him in the role of a bachelor millionaire, surrounded by 20 attractive women. Interesting? No. But what if you were to take an incredibly handsome, refined, sophisticated, brilliant, upbeat, modest radio personality and do the same thing? Well, here at Bob and Tom Television, we've done just that. It's the show that all of America's talking about.